has finally gotten to the point where we can make choices in the game. And it's choosing a cake slice and answering riddles, which is unexpected, but not unwelcome. Alright, anyway, so far we've had some pretty easy ones. One given by Kinzo about Christmas happening twice, and one from Hideyoshi about a bunch of produce going down a river. And now we're gonna work into one from Eva, I guess. But told from Hideyoshi because Eva is our attendant, as we are the Princess Ange. Alright, so here we go. I've got another medal for Eva's puzzle, but I can't think of any more. Maybe I should give Angie-chan a puzzle. Huh? You will? Give me a sec. Alright. Huh? You will? Sure? How about a quiz for the princess from her attendant? I thought of a fun one, so please, have a go at it. Aunt Eva smiled brightly. You know, I'm gonna go do that. Give me one moment. There we are. That's a bit better. Okay. I just realized Puzzle Princess would be a better name than Puzzle Master. Puzzle time! Yep, indeed. Yeah, we're getting ready for Angie's one here. Welcome. Roll up our sleeves and get our thinking caps on. Aunt Eva smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course I want as many chances as I can get. Okay, I'll have a go at it. That's the spirit. Okay. Here it comes. We've talked about how I love to travel, haven't we? Yeah. You said you like traveling overseas a lot. Oh. Well, that's more worth it than any medal. That's right. This will be a puzzle about traveling. There was a traveler in a certain place. A traveler? First, the traveler walked 5 kilometers north. I think I've heard this one before. Should I write this down on a piece of paper? Don't worry. Puzzle isn't that hard, so listening to it will be enough. The traveler first walked 5 kilometers north. Then he walked 5 kilometers to the east. Then he walked 5 kilometers to the south. 5 kilometers north. 5 kilometers east. 5 kilometers south. You mean like a blocky N? That's right. So he'd end up at a spot 5 kilometers to the east of where he started. That's what you'd think, right? But incredibly, this traveler ended up in the exact same spot he started. We'll get to it. Figure it out. Is something so mysterious possible? Yes, it is. There's no way. This compass must have gone crazy. Of course it didn't. Do you know Angie-chan? Was it because of his compass? Is this a play on words? No, this is a real quiz. For a hint, why don't you try thinking about the globe? This place exists, but what sort of place is it? There was a certain traveler. The traveler walked 5 kilometers north, then he walked 5 kilometers east, then he walked 5 kilometers south. Then, incredibly, he ended up in the exact same spot he started. This place does exist, but what sort of place is it? A very cold place. This one is the South Pole. Because any direction you walk from the South Pole is north. So you can go north, east, south. And it'll work out. Click. You. Welcome. Hello. I got it. We're in the puzzle things. Try to figure things out. Fortunately, I've heard that one before, so. Let's go. I got it. It's a really cold place. Yeah, it must be incredibly cold there. Perfect. Ange-chan, you must be a genius to get something like that at your age. Yeah, we're in the puzzles, I guess. If you start at the South Pole, and after you go north, going east just draws a circle around the South Pole. So, anytime you head south again, it just takes you right back to the South Pole. I'm not cheating. I'm doing it as honest as I can. I try to make it an extra hard puzzle, but Ange-chan was just too good. Congrats. Here's another medal for you. I got a heavy, gold-colored medal. Alright, I did it. And Eve and I held up our fists in celebration. It is. Okay, that's all for our puzzles. Yeah, I've gotten a, I'm feeling this is related. Go ask one of the others to give you one. Okay, thank you, Uncle Yoshi. But yeah, like hell, this is what happened. Your aunt's really clever. With the two of you together, you'll be getting medals right and left. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's do our best together, Aunt Eva. I dashed away. Who will I ask next? Uncle Hideyoshi waved goodbye, smiling. You got 1 medal. Yay. Very odd reward system. Hideyoshi and Eva watched as Ange ran off happily, looking for the next quiz. Even though that kid can wear such a cute smile, I will be the one who takes that away from her. Eva. Eva hung her head. A single teal sparkled in her eye. Her reaction was only natural, considering how she felt. But I wasn't able to see past it and accept her feelings. It can't be helped. You're as human as anyone else. Humans tend to be more fragile than you think. Even so, it was my fault. After all, I already had the experience of bringing up a child, right? I should have become her mother. And yet, that sadness overwhelmed me. I didn't do it at all. It can't be helped, I tell you. Don't think you're the only one at fault. You shouldn't blame yourself so much. By now, Eva was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook. What a sin I've committed. My sadness was no greater than hers. And yet, I decided that I was suffering the most, so I didn't accept her feelings. I'm a failure of a mother. I wasn't able to become a mother for her. That's wrong. You did your best for her, Eva Nei-san. Kiri-san. Kiri and Rudolph were standing behind Eva now. I know the length she went to keep the truth from Ange. You held out well, Aniki. Guess that daughter of ours really has been a pain. And clueless about how much you suffered. After the accident on Rokkenjima, Eva, the only one who left Rokkenjima alive, adopted Angie, the girl who had been absent and survived. While they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. Eva tried to show affection for Angie, her last remaining blood relative. She tried to become Angie's new mother, even as she fought back the sadness she herself felt. However, Angie wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Eva, the only one who had returned alive, for stealing her parents away from her. Aww. Eva, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood those attacks. She grit her teeth and poured all of her affection onto Angie, affection that went ignored. However, the wounds Eva herself bore were also extremely deep. Alright, now where'd you get those ones, huh? She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future in front of her grew dark. You tried to show Angie the same affection you once showed George-kun. But that was just for her own satisfaction. Angie-chan never felt any of it. Angie was the one who couldn't accept it. It isn't your fault. And who could possibly ask that of Angie-chan when she was just 6 years old? It should have felt out much longer, until she could understand my feelings. Eva-san, I want you to believe one thing. We don't blame you in the slightest. Kirie-san, thank you so much for suffering so long for Angie's sake. If that kid has a human heart, then I'm sure she'll recognize the affection you showered her someday. Thank you, Aniki. We'll always be grateful. Isn't that wonderful, Eva? Your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. How are you doing, Angie-sama? If you wish, I, Goda, would be pleased to challenge you. And I, Kumasawa, have a very tricky puzzle for you. It doesn't matter how hard it is. I'm not alone. So much, huh? I'll solve it with Aunt Eva. Goda and Kumasawa offered to challenge me. I'll have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I waved at Aunt Eva to hurry up, and she ran towards me. So, we're challenging this pair next. What will we start with? Okay, Goda-san. Very well, as you wish. Here's my puzzle. I'll warn you, it's a toughie. I'll still solve it. I've got the knack of it. You better not underestimate Angie-chan. Right? Right. My. Well then, being the humble chef that I am, here's a puzzle about food in the kitchen. Of course it is. We'll fight together this time. If you don't get it, just ask me to lend a hand. I'll give you a hint. I'll get a hint? Does that mean I won't get a medal? It won't affect your medals at all, but feel free to ask away. Ooh. In a witch's house, there was a magic kitchen. Every day it would serve a freshly made meal for the witch when she returned at an appointed time. One day, the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all of the food greeted her. "Welcome home, Great Witch. I've made some vegetable stew for you," said the stew in the pot. "Welcome home, Great Witch. Please quickly dip me in the stew and eat me," said the hard bread. "Welcome home, Great Witch. You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away," said the white wine. "Welcome home, Great Witch. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away," said the ice cream dessert. "Now then, which of these is lying?" One of these is lying. Which one is it? Serve a freshly made meal for the witch when she returned at an appointed time. Good instinct says the bread because it's reliant on another one. But let's see here. There's also potentially the ice cream dessert as dessert. Oh. One day the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all the food greeted her. No, yeah, I can, but I want to try and work on my own a bit. Alright, this is lying, but... A lie? A lie. None of them have anything that are really... Natsuhis? Alright. "I've made some vegetable stew for you," said the stew in the pot. "It is stew. That's not a lie." "Welcome home, Great Witch. Please quickly dip me in the stew and eat me," said the hard bread. It's asking for something, it's not lying. "Welcome home, Great Witch. You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away." The only one that's lying is the ice cream. "If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away." That's the only one that can be a lie. If you look at it face value, but it's riddle, so the stew, the wine, the bread, the ice cream. Alright, let's go with a hint, because I've got it. The hint here is that the witch got home much later than usual. What happens when she gets home later than usual? Think carefully. The food is always freshly made and served at the usual time, right? So, what happens when she gets home long after that? Okay, with that one, vegetable stew would still be vegetable stew. It has nothing about the temperature or the heat, which would fade at time. It would still be a stew. "Dip me in the stew and eat me," said the hard bread. Bread is still bread. Bread must be thirsty. Please drink me right away, said the white wine. Still wine. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away. That would be the ice cream dessert. That's the only one it can be. Alright. That's the only one that's able to be lied about either. That's my answer. The ice cream. The witch got back really late, so the ice cream would have melted. So she couldn't eat it. Nicely done. See? Ange-chan is a clever girl, isn't she? Congratulations, Angie-sama. Very impressive. How quickly you saw through the puzzle that I could put all my efforts into. It was totally easy. And Diva's puzzle was harder. Congratulations. This medal is your prize for answering my question correctly. Thank you. Okay, that was easy. Now let's take a shot at Kumasawa-san's puzzle. You got 1 medal. Yay. Looks like I'm up next. Now, let's test Ange-sama with my specially made super hard puzzle. Are you ready? How hard is it? You'll have to wait and see. And now, let the mackerel dessert puzzle begin. Because of course it would be mackerels. Mackerel dessert? This is Kumasawa-san we're talking about. So you can bet it'll be a strange one. Be careful. Okay. The cook was in trouble. Dinner had been fully prepared, except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except sabara, mackerel, and leftovers. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. What letter did he change? This requires the knowledge of food. Will this be a Japanese one? Okay. Looking at Sabara, I guess. What letter did he change? S, R, B, or A? S, R, B, or A? They did say which A. Subaru. Alright, I don't know. This one requires knowledge to work out. My gut says B, but I'm gonna ask. Antiva, do you get it? She says you have to change 1 letter, so the answer is probably some sort of word game. The choice of words is suspicious, to say the least. Try and think of some kind of dessert that you can make by changing a letter in. Oh, I've got it. Huh? What is it? What is it? Forget changing a whole letter. You only need to change 1 line. In fact, that pretty much gives you the answer. It's a single letter. He could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. Just 1 line. The cook was in trouble. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except sabara. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. Sabara and leftovers. Changing a line. Well, going off that line of thought, changing a word. kind of puzzle is this one? Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. By changing a line? SRBA. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except Sabara. If we mess with the line, we can play with the meta meaning of it, and it's not a realistic puzzle, and we can go observation skills. We could mess with technically the word dessert by changing one of those letters and alter the entire meaning of it. So instead of fully prepared except for the dessert, fully prepared except for something unrelated. Which would mean he'd have it, potentially, but I don't know what would change for that. Mackerel plus question mark equals cake. And leftovers. If you want to change one of the word for mackerel or leftovers, the only letters in there, I'm cheating with the answers somewhat. Mackerel only has two letters, R and A, that can be changed. Leftovers has S and R. Mackerel. Probably has something to do with mackerel. I don't know of any desserts. I am not a food gourmet. I don't know of any of them. I don't. Okay. Sabaro. And Eva said by changing a single line. Now that could be interpreted as in the entire line, like ingredients except Sabara, mackerel and leftovers, that whole thing being a line. Or a line as in like on a T, you change the T to an L by taking away the bar. That would be changing a line of sorts. But I'm less certain it's that one. Those leftovers. SBRA. Leftover. Alright. I need another hit. Alright, this one's tough. No ingredients except Sabara. We could technically go with the Sabara one, but I don't know any words that it would change to. Unless you want to watch me sit here and just try every alphabet combination of it. Antiva, do you get it? She says you have to change one letter, so the answer is probably some sort of word game. Yeah. Her choice of words is suspicious to say the least. Try and think of some kind of dessert that you can make by changing a letter in. I don't know desserts. I've got it. Huh? What is it? What is it? Forget changing a whole letter. You only need to change one line. In fact, that pretty much gives you the answer. Whole letter, you only need to change one line. That doesn't really help. Forget changing a whole letter, you only need to change one line. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be like a T to an L by taking off one piece. But none of these have it. Yeah. We can only change an S, an R, B, or an A. Those are the only letters that we can change. The only ones that have an answer for. But he had no ingredients except Sabaro. Observation skills, huh? It's only one line from one letter. English spelling? Well, my spelling's actually pretty good, but I don't know what to spell. Would they pull out a dictionary? The only dictionary I have in here is actually a Japanese one. But changing. Now, do they mean changing as in turning like an A into an E, or can we change it like the matchstick puzzles where you just like shuffle them around? Make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. I did not expect to get stuck on the second puzzle of the day anyway. Wait, there it is. Oh, I even said it. It's right there. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert. But he had no ingredients to borrow. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. There it is. Bit hidden. Alright, so so it has to be the S. Because they literally have two different words there. I think I've actually heard of that one before. Can't remember where though. Okay, so C is B, A is S. By changing one letter, it changes from instead of a dessert into a desert. So that was actually on the right track. Just got sidetracked. So it is A S. This is my final answer. Wrong. Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Sorry, but wrong is wrong. I noticed the word, I noticed the difference. B. R. Alright. The wrong answer? Well, then I had the right solution, but the wrong answer, right? If it's spelling a specific word, what the hell would it be? S-A-B R. It can't be A. S is the only other one. R, so it has to be R. So it's spelling a word I don't know that. Dessert. Alright. Alright, well, Golden Witch says so, so I'll reload. I'd have to go through the alphabet and guess on a spelling of it. Alright, but so it would have to be R if it's not S. So, maybe I should like save after every puzzle so we can skip this. But okay, it's a very cold place, which is B. But it would have to be R, so what would it change into? Dessert. Desert change. Ice cream. Yeah, this one's the ice cream. Can't save here. Alright. And this is actually the last slot. We've used up every other save slot in the game through our many stories, and we started with Erica. Alright. Okay, so it would have to be B for R, because S is the only one that other one it could potentially be. Wait, what? Not the desert, the Sahara. Okay, that one. I have heard this one before. I was on the wrong track. Not desert that's being messed up. It's the Sabara, which is the Sahara. And all the ingredients except for that one. So it's B. She did. That's a word puzzle. It's the Sahara. And Eva's hint of just one line, you erased a little bit at the bottom of the B. It's so stupid. Alright. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I got it. I will say I do not have that one. The letter is B. If you change the B in Sabara to an H, you get Sahara. That's correct. The last line said you can make a grand desert out of sabar, not dessert. I figured out a trick in Japanese and English. English and still miss it. Am I awesome? Am I awesome? You're so smart, Angie-chan. I got beat out by a 6-year-old. You deserve a pat on the head. I like it when you do that. Just change a single letter, and even mackerel can make a fine dessert. Are you starting to see mackerel's true power? The day I'm forced to serve a joke like that for dessert, I imagine heads will roll. Yeah, I wouldn't like it either. I like ice cream for dessert. Of course. By the way, we shouldn't be worried, should we? What about tonight's dessert? I can hardly wait to surprise everyone with the mackerel fruit parfait waiting there in the kitchen. Oh. Everyone burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel chunks. What a shame. I tried so hard to stop Angie-sama from getting that prize. But she solved my best riddle like it was nothing. Oh, you got me, Kumasawa. Though she said that, Kumasawa smiled. A gold-colored medal glittered in her wrinkly hand. And she took it. Well then, that's all for our puzzles. Please, keep up the pace, get more and more medals, and win that splendid prize from the master. Okay, thank you. And that's only a puzzle that can be written down. That's not one that can be said aloud. Like all bull, you can only do that through spelling, and they're pronounced differently. Okay, thank you. I'll keep it up. We did it, Antiva. Let's keep it up. We rushed away. Okay, what should we take on next? That is a word puzzle, but only one that can be written. You can't say that one. Rose's puzzle, huh? Oh, we'll see. Yeah, like I said last time, I'm good at puzzles, not riddles. It seems that all of a sudden, the tiny girl who used to hide and tremble in Kiri-sama's shadow has grown to be so bright and cheery. With each passing family conference, one can feel the growth of those youngsters. After just a few years more, Angie-sama will surely learn of love, of makeup, and will eventually grow to become a true lady. Very true. And she grows normally with the passing of time, that is. A cruel fate. It will force the chick called Angie into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is now will not be warmed by anyone, and it will not hatch. Inside that frozen egg, will Angie-sama have no choice but to face an isolated future? An eggshell can always be broken from the inside. A cold shell may be very, very hard. That doesn't mean it cannot be broken. Does Angie-sama have the strength to do that? Is she capable of achieving that or not? I hear that question is what this final game is all about. Perhaps we should have sent her a clearer message. That's the understatement of the fucking decade. If the egg cannot be warmed, could we not at least strike it from the outside to make it easier to crack? Why does the message have to be muddled in the first place? If a chick, without the power to break its own shell, is forced outside of the egg, it won't be able to withstand the cold winds. Angie-sama will have to find that power and resilience herself. But can we not somehow explain that power and resilience to her? Big question, yeah, why? Words mean nothing if they are merely given. They must also be accepted. No matter what we try to give Angie-sama, it will be meaningless unless she accepts it. You're right. No matter what we try to tell her, It won't matter unless she listens. We can do nothing but watch over her. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. We can do nothing but pray that Ange-sama chooses a better future for herself. If Ange-sama does not abandon herself to anger for the sole purpose of distracting herself from her resignation and sadness, if she can just be honest about that one single wish that she truly desires more than anything else, then you can be certain that she will make her greatest wish come true. It is ironic. Since the very beginning, she has been denying that greatest wish of hers herself. Laughter brings happiness. Tears bring misfortune. Those who believe will be saved. People have the power to create their own futures by the strength of their emotions. I wish we could just let her hear those words. Butler-sama is very strict. He's hoping that Ange will realize it by her own power alone, and is not permitting even words of this nature to be told to her. It seems we can do nothing but watch over her. And so, let us at least pray. Pray that she grasps the world she desires most with her own hands. Oh, have you selected me? Yeah. I'll have to face everyone sooner or later. Right, Antiva? Right? Come on, let's have a puzzle. We'll solve it in a flash. I see. Then it seems I must make it a good one. Genji, you should give her one as well. A tough one. As you wish. In that case, a tough one it shall be. Whoa. I'd hoped that Genji would sound to give me a simple puzzle, and now he's saying it'll be tough. Scary. But I'll beat both of them. I can't let myself get scared. Then let us start with mine. I am a doctor. Well, how about an ambulance puzzle? When you're in Japan, the word emergency happens to sound the same as the number 9 twice. QQ. If you add an emergency to blah, you'll get an ambulance. If blah is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. What number goes into blah? Hint, the difference between the cars is half an emergency. The word emergency happens to sound the same as the number 9 twice. That could be technically 18. So half an emergency, which would again be 9, or we could do half a 99. Give me a sec. $49.5 is unlikely to be the answer, so I'll go with 18. The difference between the two cars is half an emergency. You'll get a police car. If you add an emergency to blank, you'll get an ambulance. If blank is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. Give me a sec. No, not that way. You know, if you add an emergency to blank, you'll get an ambulance. If blank is subtracted from 30, you'll get a police car. Add an emergency to blank. No, 18 plus x equals blank. 130 minus blank equals a police car. Another one. Get an emergency. Get an ambulance. So, what number goes in the blank? 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25? You get a police car. I don't know what a police car would be for a number. You'll get a police car. Emergency has to sound the same as the number 9 twice. If you add an emergency to blank, you'll get an ambulance. Oh, okay, let's see here. I don't have much room here. Let's go with 18 plus emergency equals blank. All of that is so x equals blank minus 18. So I needed the blank, not the x. Okay, 130 plus 18 plus x equals something. 130 minus 18, 2, 10, 2, 3, 2, 12, 12 plus x equals second one. That doesn't help. Nah. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We get a police car. I don't know what the number would be. Wait, I'm thinking about it wrong. Emergency has to be the same, sound the same as the number 9 twice. Okay, so I'm overthinking and letting in things. Emergency being, just set the time for 18 to plus x equals ambulance, and then 130 minus x equals police car. The difference between the two, that's the one, the hint, that's the one I keep getting. So let's go with a police car minus ambulance equals 9. Okay, so police car equals 9 plus ambulance. So 130 minus x equals. I'm probably thinking this too literally. 9 plus a, which means 130 equals 9 plus a plus x. 130 minus 9 is 21. 121 plus minus a equals x. So 18 plus 121 minus a equals a, which helps. 18 plus 21 is 139 minus a equals a. 2a equals 139. A equals 139 divided by 2. 6 equals 1. the wrong number. But that would be how you do it. Hey, this is algebra. Yay, I need another piece of paper. And I'm kind of out of it. Where did I put my sticky notes? Yeah. Well, it all works out. Here's the math for it. I just have the wrong. I probably saved a lot of time by doing that text doesn't show up on the screen very well. Putting in the number. What number goes in the mystery? Okay, so. Alright, where the hell is. I need another sheet. There it is, that'll work. Alright. I'm probably much overthinking this, but you can solve this one mathematically. Alright, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, the answers that can go in there. If you had an emergency to blank, you'll get an ambulance. If blank's 3x 130, you'll get a police car. Well, let's start with the big one, 25. 130, 25 minus equals 2, 10, 5, 105 equals police car. If you had an emergency to that, you'll get an ambulance. 25 plus 18. That's not even close. So 1825 plus equals 5. Brain. 5 plus 8 is 10. 13. 3, 4, 43. So 105 and 43. That's a bit of a difference than half an emergency, which would be 9. So I guess we'll have to go with 99. Alright. Well, I feel I could figure it out this way, but it might take some time. Alright. I'll do that one instead. I'm just looking for the number 119. Alright. Emergency telephone number 119. Alright. Doesn't overly help. Word emergency happens on the okay, well, let's 111. Emergency to get an ambulance. You know what? I'm gonna ask the hint, see if it'll. I know what to do, it'll just take a while, so I'm gonna ask the hint. And see if you can shorten it. The blank is a number, but emergency is a word. 110. Alright. Police equals 110. Ambulance is 119, I guess. Maybe. Emergency is a word. You can't add a number to a word, right? Algebra. That part sounds like some kind of word game. After all, QQ means emergency, and Q means 9. You write two 9s together, looks like 99, doesn't it? So it was the 99 one. Alright. So if you add something to 99, you get an ambulance? Just some number added to 99 gets you an ambulance. Ah, I've got it. Huh? Really? Hey, what is it? I'll give you a hint. You've got a big advantage here that most people around the world don't have. And again, even people from other countries could narrow it down to two answers with a little math. Well, see? So it is 99 is the number for emergency, and an ambulance being something. Emergency 99 to blank is it ambulance plus X equals ambulance. If 130 minus X, you get police. Police are called using separate emergency number 110 in a police car. So 130 minus X equals 110. So X would 110 plus X equals 130. X equals 130 minus 110, 20. X is 20. 99 plus 20 equals something. 11, 119. So yeah, it's 20. Has to be 20. See? I was on the right track, but I went with 18 instead of 99 as a first run. There you go. So it has to be 20. 20. Emergency sounds like 99. If you add 20 to that, you get 119. That's the same emergency number for ambulances. And if you subtract 20 from 130, you get 110. That's the emergency number for calling the police. Splendid. That is correct. As an aside, scribbles. Math. I'm actually really decent at math. I took calculus and physics. Math comes pretty naturally to me, so I'm really rusty in the advanced stuff. And I tend to default to working it out. I don't remember any of the formulas or theorems or whatever, but I remember the logic and the algebra. Place this with that to do this, to put that over here, and you get a number. It works. I could have done it given enough time without a hint, but there we are. Splendid. That is correct. Really? Interesting. I think it's in England, it's 999 is the number. In America, it's 911 is the emergency for everybody. You could probably have a specific number for the fire department, but we just have 911 as any and all emergencies, and then they shuffle it to the proper people who need it. So it's simpler, but also, I don't know, it gets bogged down. Yeah, we have people in America who, well, probably around the world too, but there's been books made, so it's a long time that has been happening. People call 911 for the dumbest of things. There's one I remember. This lady called 911 because she couldn't go outside, and they're like, well, what's wrong? It's outside the door. What's outside the door? A frog. A frog? Yeah, there's a frog standing outside the door. I can't leave my house. Help me. This lady was so afraid of the frog just sitting outside of her front door that she called the emergency number to help them get rid of the frog for her. It's a frog. At worst, just get like a broom and shoo, go away. And hey, look, problem solved. A lot of people don't think that far. They just think the emergency people have to solve every problem for you. And that's actually really kind of a problem right now. Not just that, just the mindset of the people. Anyway, splendid. That is correct. I knew you were a quick thinker, Ange-san. Maybe not quick, but... Welcome, Ange. What a wise granddaughter I have. Congratulations. This medal belongs to you. But what was that about the difference between the two being half an emergency? Yeah, we really didn't really need that part. No, need that part. Use that hint. You can make a pretty good guess at the answer, even if you forgot what the emergency numbers were. Yeah, I would have needed that one. Huh? At any rate, the gold medal glittering in Nanjo's hand is now mine. Okay, now I'll defeat Genji too and get another one. Oh, yeah, I gotta save it for all. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's solve more and more. You got the medal. Yay. That one makes up for Kumasawa-san right now. Your turn, Genji-san. My friend here doesn't speak much, but his knowledge is quite extensive. Even I cannot wait to see what sort of puzzle he whips up. Now then, Ange-sama, prepare yourself. The puzzle starts now. Oh, I've never heard anyone say prepare yourself like that when giving a quiz. I started to get so tense that my stomach began to hurt. It'll be okay. Hang in there. Aunt Diva gripped my hand firmly and my stomachache got a little better. Ange-sama, have you learned division? Yes. Yeah? I learned it in cram school. Cram school is actually... I dislike the concept of cram school. Hell, she's 6. Why do they have a cram school for someone at 6? Incredible. A 6-year-old who knows division? Then there should be no problems. Here it comes. This is bad. I did learn division, but I'm not very good at it. Alright. One of the other things, the other day I went down a YouTube rabbit hole for a bit, and it was about Euclidean geometry, which was actually quite fascinating. The history about it. And Euclidean geometry is basically geometry most people know. This is a triangle, and then the math behind it. This is a square, the math behind it. But then they started breaking up into non-Euclidean geometry, as you can have parallel lines that will cross each other if they are on a globe, which was kind of fascinating. Like, you have two lines like this, okay? You've got one line here at the ground, and two lines that are parallel like this. They will never cross, right? Well, if you put them on a curve, they will eventually cross at that point, even though they are parallel, which is a paradox because it breaks the current conventions of it while also being entirely logical. So math is pretty impressive. I also managed to see a video of a guy in VR moving around non-Euclidean space. Like, he was in a cube and he had to take 6 left turns to get back to the same spot he started at without leaving the plane. So he went left and then left and 6 90-degree turns to get back to the same spot. It was kind of trippy. Anyway, here is Genji's puzzle. We have lit a candle 5 centimeters in length. Every hour, half of that candle's remaining length is burned away. Then, when its length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame will disappear. 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared, but what was the length of the candle at that time? 5 centimeters in length. Every hour, half that candle's remaining length is burned away. 5 by 2 is 2.5. 2.5 divided by 2. Four. 125. 125 divided by 2. 6. 605. And 620.65. Then when its length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame will disappear. 3 hours later, so if it hits 0.65, it can't be that, so 1, 2, 3. 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared. But what was that length of the candle at that time? I'm gonna say about 6. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, so that's 1. 2 is 1.5. 3 is 0.7. Can't do that, so 8. Divided by 2 is 4. Divided by 2 again is 2. 1. It would actually have to be 8. Try it again. 10, 5, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then it would head further than 3 hours, so it has to be 8. Or you go with 0. 0 divided by 0 is still 0, right? So it's an infinite candle. It's a pretty straightforward one. This is D. 8. I know I'm right, but we said we'd do this, so let's go with it. D. 8.
申し訳ございませんが、
Wait.
外れでございます。
What? Oh, 8 has 3. You start with 8, 0. After an hour, it gets to 4. After an hour, it gets to 2. After an hour, it gets to 3. This is bad. I did learn division, but I'm not very good at it. Half of that candle's remaining length is burned away. Then, when its length is 1 or less, the flame will disappear. Right? Am I wrong? Start at 8. 0.0. You go to cut that in half, it's 4. Cut that in half, it's 2. Cut that in half, it's 1. At that point, it would go out. Oh, 5 centimeters, not millimeters. It's okay. Misread. The metric system tossed me off, man. It's when it's 1 centimeter or less, the flame will disappear. And the ones on the bottom are millimeters. Which... okay. So it'd be 8 centimeters long to get to 1 centimeter. But if we're going with this one, it would have to be about 10 millimeters, because that's when... that's a centimeter, right? No. Yeah, no, 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. That's a trick. So, 5 centimeters in length. That's 3 hours to get to 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters, so it would be E. If we're going with the possible answers here. At the time the flame went out, it'd be 1 centimeter, so E. After 1 hour, the 5 centimeter becomes 2.5 centimeters. And in the next hour, that becomes 1.25 centimeters. And in the next hour, that becomes 0.625 centimeters. Ange-chan, you don't need to use math. Make sure you remember the problem clearly. How long is the candle when it burns out? Ah, that was a close one. The candle goes out when it's 1 centimeter long, so the rest doesn't matter. The flame on this candle dies when the candle is 1 centimeter in length. In other words, it can never get shorter than 1 centimeter. Centi, not milla. That makes a difference for the answer. So the right answer is the 5th choice, about 10 millimeters. That's right. You are correct. Oh, splendidly done, Ange. How clever of you not to be misled. I was also working on it backwards. I read it as, what was the length at the time it started. Oh, it started at 5, so it would have been that. Alright. I didn't even need division. I almost got tricked. You were pretty mean there, Genji-san. You even asked her if she could do division. That was a trap, right?
はい
Correct.
申し訳ございません
My
でした
humble apologies.
源氏さんは
After all,
たまに
Genji-san's
表情
sword
一つ
to
変
be
えずに
tricky
引っ
without
掛けてき
changing
ま
its
すから
expression
な
in the slightest.
おめでとうございます
Congratulations,
源氏様
Angie-sama.
こちらが
This medal is
私の
proof that
問
you
題
have
を正
correctly
解した
solved my
こと
puzzle.
の証である
Thanks.
エバーは
I
さ
got another medal,
またメ
Aunt
ダルが
Eva.
集まったいい
Nice
調子
going.
ねまだまだ集
I'll
め
get
る
lots more.
いっぱい
I'll
集
get
め
a
て
ton, and
お
then
じいさん
grandfather will
も素
give me a
敵な
great
ご褒
prize.
美をもらう
Indeed.
張り切
Give
る
it
が
all
よい
you
ぞ
got, my
我が
granddaughter.
孫よ頑張れエン
Good
ジ
luck,
さん
Angie-san.
あんたの分を
I am
祈
rooting
って
for
る
you.
よ他の方も
There
お待ち
must
で
be
しょう
others waiting for you.
さあ
Perhaps
ぜ
you
ひ
ought to
次の
search for the
方
next
挑
challenge.
戦を
Okay,
ありがとう
thank you.
もっと頑
I'll
張る
try
ね
even harder now. We dashed away. There are still many people waiting to give me puzzles. I have tons of chances to get medals. Okay, who should I challenge next? You got 1 medal. Ta-da! After Angie and Eva left, Battler, who had been watching their progress, came over.
エンジェの調子はどうかな
How is Angie doing?
バトラー
Oh,
か
Battler.
調子はわからん
I'm
が
not certain, but she does seem to be enjoying herself.
源氏さんの問題
I heard your
聞いて
puzzle,
たぜ
Genji-san.
俺もうっかり
Even
騙
I
され
was
ちまう
almost
ところ
taken
だ
in
った
back
ぜ
there.
恐縮でございます
You honor me.
しかし意
Still,
外だぜ
not quite what I would have expected.
源氏さんがこう
Who
い
would
う
have
フェイ
thought
クっ
that
ぽい
you'd give
問
a
題を
trick
出すなんて
question
な
like that?
もっと素
I
直
figured you'd make a
わかりやすい
straightforward,
問題
simple
を出すと
puzzle.
ばっかり思ってたぜ
我が友
You
は
might
無
expect
口
such
で
a
あ
thing
るか
from
ら
him,
そう
sound
思
as
わ
he
れが
is.
ちであるこやつ
But he is much more of a
攻撃
schemer
な
than
か
he
なか
appears.
の策士
Very true.
源氏さんとチェスを
If you
戦
play a
え
chess
ば
match against
それが
him,
よく
you'll
わかり
see
ま
that
すぞ
right away.
私と手
He
と
even
気を
fools me
騙
from
され
time to time.
この真面
He'll
目そう
trick me
な
right to my
顔
face with that stern, serious expression of him. He has always been like that. And yet, despite the numerous occasions on which he has fooled me in the past, I keep on getting tricked. So, don't play poker with Genji. Got it.
うんそういえばさ
Come to think of it,
源氏さんと
what
じい
sort
さ
of
ん
relationship do you and Genji-san have?
どういう縁なんだ
For just an instant, Kenzo glanced at Genji's face. Apparently, he didn't plan on touching on the subject if Genji had any objections. However, Genji spoke, so there was no point hiding it any longer.
私と親方様
I knew
は
the master once.
かつて台湾に
In Taiwan.
ご縁があるご縁
Knew me,
とは
he
よそよ
says.
悪友
We
で
were
ある
partners in crime, you might say.
こやつも
The two of us were
私も
both prodigal
金持
sons
ち
of
の
rich
宝刀
families.
息子親に
A
迷
pair
惑
of
をか
ruffians
け
who
てば
caused
か
their
りの
parents
ろく
nothing
で
but
なし
trouble.
であったわ
源氏さんが
Genji-san?
宝
A
刀息子
prodigal son?
そりゃびっ
That's a
くりだぜ
surprise.
じゃあ
So,
源氏さんも
Genji-san
か
also
つて
moved to
台湾
Taiwan,
に移住して
where he
て
met grandfather?
そこでじい様に
いえ
No,
私は
I am a
台
native
湾
of
の人
Taiwan.
間でした源氏さんは台
Genji-san
湾の
was
出
born
身
in
なんです
Taiwan.
いえ戦前
Well,
は日本
since
領でした
Taiwan
か
was
ら
under Japanese rule
源氏さん
before
も
the
もちろ
war,
ん
he is
日
still
本人でした
Japanese,
から
of course.
負けん気の
He was a
強い
man
男
who
で
hated
な
losing.
出会ったばかりの頃
When
は
we first
喧
met,
嘩ばか
We
り
fought all the time.
意気投合
Once
し
we
て
hit
か
it
らは
off, we
宿
became
場
the
の
best of
友
friends.
と呼ぶにふさわしい最高の戦後にい
There
ろいろ
was
と
a
混
lot
乱
of
が
disorder
あ
and
りました
conflict after the war.
その混乱
The
の
master
中
is the one who saved me during that
私を
chaotic
助けて
period.
くださったのがその時の
If
ご
I
恩
spent the rest of my life trying to
生
repay
涯
that
かけ
debt,
ても
it would not be enough to pay it back in full.
それを言うな
Don't say
我
that,
が
my friend.
友よ私が
If only I
もう
had been a
少し
little
上
more
手に説
persuasive,
得できてい
I
れ
might
ば
have been able to bring
お
your
前の
family
家
back
族
with
た
us
ち
as
も
well.
連れてくること私が
Because I was so
不甲斐ないばか
inadequate,
りに
I wasn't able to save anyone but you. I don't know much about the details of Taiwan's history, but apparently there was still a lot of chaos that even after the war ended and Japan pulled out. Kinzo, predicting this chaos before it happened, worked out a way for Genji and his family to escape. However, Genji's family possessed great wealth in Taiwan. They were unable to abandon it, and they decided to remain there. This wealth had been built up thanks to their close relationship with the Japanese-run government of Taiwan. The new regime after the war wasn't likely to welcome them with open arms. Much mayhem and confusion followed, and Genji was the only one who escaped harm. I don't know what happened to make this man, whom Kinzo just called a troublesome prodigal son, change so drastically to become the person he is today. It was a story of friendship between the two of them, and there could be hardly any point in an unrelated person sifting through history books to interpret it however they pleased. They had been good friends since long ago, and though they owed each other their lives. Though the troubled times tossed them about, their friendship held firm for decades. Genji's role is now that of the butler, but when they're alone in the study, they sometimes share a drink and think back on the days of their youth. And they're still that way today. Leaving Kinzo and Genji to reminisce, Battler walked off on his own. It would be rude to ask for any more detail, and he didn't need to know. Kinzo and Genji had been friends since long, long ago. That was something he already knew. What do you think? Do you want to challenge Aunt Natsuhi and Uncle Kraus next? Sure, this is one of the favored ones. Yeah, let's beat them. Very well. We'll play along. The two of us have prepared some formidable puzzles for you. Bring on. Should I go first? Or you? I will start. Very well. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. White, black, white, black, white, blank, black, white, black, white, black, white. Huh? White, black, white, black, huh? I'll say it once more. White, black, white, black, white, blank, black, white, black, white, black, white. What does the blank stand for? This is a really hard one. White, black, white, black, white, blank, black, white, black, white, black, white. Looks like the white and black are alternating, but the blank is between a white and a black. Is it gray? Is it that easy? This is a surprisingly hard one, coming from you, Natsuhi-san. Antiva was groaning. Apparently this one's really tough. Is it really so hard? There's a chance that some people won't understand if they haven't had the right experiences. Eva-san aside, I think Ange-chan would have seen it a lot at school and kindergarten. What the heck? I don't have a clue. Is it a problem that I could get easier than Aunt Eva? It's hard. The first answer that pops to mind is red. White, black, white, black, white, black, white, space. White, black, white, black, white, black, white. It's not gray. Otherwise there'd be no point for the white, black, white, black. It could be white, it could be black, but that doesn't quite make a riddle. That's just a 50-50 chance unless you start looking at it. It could be an empty space, or red are the only ones I'm thinking it would be. Red being the line sheets in a notebook. You have that red line there. So you've got white, then the writing, black, white, black, white, black, white, word, and then red line, and then black, white, black, white, black, white. More text. Alright, I'm gonna ask for a hint just to confirm, and I'll save as well, because apparently I've been bamboozled before.
ヒントは
The hint for
夏
this
日
one
姉
is
さん
probably
の
what
言ってた
Natsui-ne-san
学
said
校や
about
幼稚
something you
園
might
で
see
見
in a
たこと
school
が
or
あるか
kindergarten.
もエンジェちゃんにはわ
Do
か
you
る
know what it is, Angie-chan?
ううん
No,
全
I'm
然
stuck.
ほ
That's a
ら
hint.
エンジェちゃん
Even
も全
Angie-chan
然
says
わから
she's
ない
stuck.
少し
Give
ヒン
her at
ト
least
を
a
出
little
しな
hint.
さいよ
そうですか
I see.
ではヒント
Then
は
a hint.
白
They may be
黒
different colors,
白
but you get a
黒
beautiful sound no matter which
い
you
ろいろあ
push.
りますけどどれを押してもとても綺麗な音が鳴りますよ
A piano.
綺麗な
A
音
beautiful sound?
その白
Are these
黒
black and
は
white things
音
something
を
that
さ
makes
せるもの
sounds?
なの押すと
Black and white
音
things that
が出
make
る
a sound when you
白
push them.
黒
Alright, this would be if it's a piano. Okay. Give me a sec. Which one is it? Where's middle C? On piano. Pictures. Okay, so they said white, black, white, black, white, white, black, white, black, white, black. Okay, but she starts with black. The scales apparently start with white. G. Middle C is white. I'm not a musician. I know of some of the stuff. Wait, it starts with... Oh, wait, she starts with white. Yeah, duh, not black. White, black, white, black, white. White, black, white, black, white, black, white. So it'd have to be white, I think, if it's a piano. That black and white thing, it's a keyboard. Like piano. Ah, is that
そうい
it?
うこれ
It's a
鍵
keyboard?
盤なのね
Something that can be found in kindergarten and schools, which is covered with a line of white and black things. I had to look it up. At least the piano scale, that's what I was looking up. The pictures of piano, the ones on the keyboard. I don't have one handy. Something that can be found in kindergartens and schools, which is covered with a line of white and black things. It's an instrument, like a keyboard on a piano or a melodica. Yeah, my original answer was the original thought was the notebook paper on a kid's notebook. You start with like blank space. You start writing black, a word, white, space, black, a word, white, space, black, a word, and that gap would be the line over and be the red line, and then black and white and black and white and black and white. Potentially, it could have worked.
2つの黒
The
い
first two
鍵
black
盤は
keys are between
ド
do,
レ
re,
ミの
and mi.
間3つの黒い鍵盤
The
は
set of three black
ファ
keys
ソ
are between
ラ
fa,
シ
sol,
の
la,
間
and
だ
ti.
から
白黒
It started
白
white,
黒
black,
白
white,
ハ
black,
テ
white,
ナ
blank,
黒だ
black.
か
So
ら
the three white ones
白
are
が
do,
3つ
re,
で
and mi.
ドレ
ミとファの間
There's
に
no black key
黒い
between
鍵
mi
盤
and
は
fa.
ないわミの次
So
はすぐ
fa
ファ
comes
にな
right
る
after mi.
つまり
And since
ミ
the
の
question mark
次が
comes
ハ
after
テ
mi,
ナだか
the
ら
right answer is
正
fa.
解つまり
In other words,
正
the
解は
right answer is white.
正解
Yeah,
で
I
す
had a music class in elementary school, which was 20 some odd years ago. So yeah, that's when I was taught any of that. I know of the musical scales and things, but I haven't done anything with it.
ちょっと難しすぎたかと
I
思い
thought it
ま
might
し
have
た
been a
が
bit too hard,
さすがですね
but you did well.
やるじゃないかね
Splendidly
二人と
done, you two.
さ
Go ahead,
Natsuhi.
Natsuhi. The other thought was a newspaper from the old gag. What's black and white and red all over? And the blank could have been the crease or a gap or something. But even then, that's not quite the best answer for it, which is why I thought the just notebook paper. Splendidly done, you two. Go ahead, Natsuhi.
おめでとうエンジェちゃん
Congratulations, Angie-chan.
これが私
Here's
か
my
らの
medal
メダル
for
で
you.
す
All right,
エヴァおばさん
Antiva, I get another one.
集まったよ順調ね
Things are moving along nicely.
さ次
Next
は
up
兄
is
さんが出す番
Nisa's
よ
puzzle.
あっさり解い
Let's
て
solve it in a
ケ
flash
チョン
and
ケチ
teach
ョ
him
ン
a
にしてあ
lesson.
げる
Okay?
わ
You got one medal. Yay. Cool. We're on a roll now.
上等じゃないかね
Oh, interesting.
返り討ちにして差
Looks
し
like
上げ
it's
ようじゃな
time
い
you were
か
taught the lesson.
やめて
Stop it.
エヴァおばさん
Antiva,
挑
don't
発
make him
しない
mad.
で問題
You'll
が
make the
難しくな
puzzle
っちゃう
harder. If there's anyone you have to blame, it's Ziva.
さあ暗い
Now
玉
take this,
難
brain
問だ
twister.
これは私が投
Here's
資
a
に
puzzle
関わ
about
っ
the
たビルの
tenants of the
テナントを
skyscraper
巡
I've
る問題
invested
だ
in. Save first. Once upon a time, there was a 7-story skyscraper. The following companies were located on the following floors. Okamura Securities Company Limited was located on the 7th floor. Iwamura Realty Company Limited was located on the 6th floor. Tamura Transport Company Limited was located on the 5th floor. Now then, Murakoshi Publishing Co. Limited was located on the what floor? What goes into blank? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just to it doesn't matter, but I know some countries use ground floor, first floor. I don't think that comes into play, but it might. That's not that. Located on the blank floor. It goes in the blank. 7-story skyscraper. Following companies located in following floors. Okamura, Iwamura, Tamura. That one? Murakoshi Publishing Company is located on the what floor? 7th, 6th, 5th. So we got 4, 3, 2, 1 left. So what do we have to work with here? Following companies were located on the following floors. Okamura Security Company Limited was located on the 7th. Iwamura Realty Co. was located on the 6th floor. Koshi. What the hell have we got here? I could potentially narrow it down to like an even or an odd thing, but then I still have 2 answers left, so why would I? So, why are they on those specific floors? Umineko Realty Co. located on the 6th floor. Tamura Transport Co. located on the 5th floor. Tamura Securities, 7th. What? Tamura Koshi Publishing is located on the 12th floor. That's right. Once upon a time, there was a 7-story skyscraper. Okay. The following companies were located on the following floors. Okamura Security, located on the 7th. Let's try it backwards. Tamura Transport, Umineko Realty, Okamura Securities. What the hell? Okamura, Umineko, Tamura, Mura, Koshi. I think Mura seems important. Oh. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. So, I think it's a numbers game. I think the second security is really transfer publishing. I don't think that's important. I think it's the first name that is the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. And that would be larger than me. Unless it is, but then that would, the publishing is longer, so that would pass that one out. So, well, let's. But no, then 7th and 6th ones are basically the same. At least in that regard. Then it's not the 5th one. What the hell? If it's a word game based off numbers, the 6th floor tosses things. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, is the loyalty stuff important too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No, that doesn't work. Unless it does. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Fourth? Working off. Okay, I'll explain my thought process. The first one was the number of letters in the name. Okamura. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's on the 7th floor. But then Iwamura has the same number, but it's on the 6th floor, so that scraps that one. Then one of the other ones was I tried the number of vowels or something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in Okamura Securities, which doesn't work. And I tried they all have Mura in there. Okamura, Iwamura, Tamura, Mura, Koshi. They all have Mura in there somewhere. That seems important, but I don't see how. Because on the mystery one, they have Koshi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra letters after Mura, which they put on the 5th floor, but that's Tamura, and then only has 2. And then the 7th and 6th floor, Oka and Iwa, are the same, so those are identical. Then I was also trying the number of letters in the whole word, like Iwamura Realty Co. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So that is a divisive one. Yeah, I was working on Escalesquiva.
どこのビルか知
I
ら
don't
な
know
いし
anything about this skyscraper,
わかるわけ
so
ない
there's no way I could know. I know what's in floor 5 and above, so the answer must be somewhere between floor 1 and 4. There's no doubt about that. What was the answer say?
降参か
Do you
ね
give up? I don't give
降参
up.
なんかしないわよ
I don't.
村
That's a
越
weird
出
sound.
版は何
So you're
階
saying
にあ
that
るかです
Murakoshi's publishing company is on this floor X?
何階
Not
かじゃ
floor
ない
X.
何階
The
かだ
blank floor.
どっちも同
It's
じ
the same
階
either
だ
way,
よ
isn't it?
あ
Ah. Aunt Diva suddenly stumbled on something. Then she started counting on her fingers, starting from the first floor.
わかったわエン
Got
ジ
it,
ちゃん
Angie-chan.
1階から
Try
順に
singing them aloud,
声に
starting
出して
from the
読んで
first
み
floor.
て一つしかないか
There's
ら
only one that fits. Huh?
ど
What
う
do
い
you
うこ
Syllables? Well, that's the first thing I tried, but it fell through. Okamura Securities. That's 8. Iwamura Realty is 7. Tamura Transport's a weird one. Transport 6. Murakoshi Publishing. It. Okay, is that Murakoshi, Tamura, Iwamura, Okamura. Let's try another one. Securities 4. Realty 3. 2. Transport 2. Publishing. It doesn't add up. What goes in the blank? I tried the whatever that's called, the word count, but it doesn't add up. Since they all have co-limited in them, I'm thinking we can just ignore that. Okamura Securities. It has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Securities is 8. Iwamura Realty 6. and then transport. Why'd you have to do that one? Tamura Transport. But then you have Murakoshi Publishing. That's 7, which isn't an answer. So what the hell? See, I know it's a numbers game. I know it's okay, but starting from the first floor? First as in 1, or first as in the one that he was given? Securities. B-O-T. Transport. Publishing. It's Murakoshi. Murakoshi. No matter how you do it, Murakoshi is a larger number. It doesn't fit in the lower ones, dude. Okumura Security is located on the 7th floor. Umineko Realty Co. was located on the 6th floor. Tamura Transport was located on the 5th floor. Listen to the hint again. I don't know anything about the skyscraper, so there's no way I could know. I know what's in floor 5s and above, so the answer must be somewhere between floor 1 and floor 4. There's no doubt about that. Do you give up? So you're saying that Murakoshi Publishing Company Limited is on this floor X? Not floor X, the nth floor. It's the same either way, isn't it? No? Aunt Eva suddenly stumbled on something. Then she started counting on her fingers, starting from the first floor. I've got it, Ange. Try saying them loud, starting from the first floor. There's only one that fits. Huh? What do you mean? Okay, so counting on your fingers would be syllables. That's the word I'm saying. The syllables, but it's for a lower floor. It has more in them. Seven, sixth, fifth, first, second, third, fourth. Second? That's the one that sounds different. Not the X floor, the nth floor. This one's weird. Even more Realty Co. is located on the 6th floor. She did add the company limited at the end, so Okamura Securities Co. I can't do that. That's just getting too crazy. Oh. Okamura Securities Co. Ltd. Limited Company. Saying them loud. It would have to be the syllables for saying them loud. And 7th is Nana, 6th is Roku, 5 is Go. Which is none of them. That's not relevant to any of them. Now then, Murakoshi Publishing Co. was located on the 10th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about a time of a 7-story skyscraper. Securities Realty Transport Publishing it would overlap with securities. Is it more math? Securities, Okamura, Realty, Iwamura, Tamura, Transport. Iwamura, Realty, Okamura, Securities. That sounds like. Yeah, it was just spitballing what comes to mind. Okamura is the one that keeps tossing everything I can think of. It screws up any of the other ones. The Murakoshi itself is such a large name, anything I can come up with the other ones wouldn't fit for a lower floor. Murakoshi Publishing Company. Murakoshi Publishing. 7. Everything comes up with it replacing one of the other ones. If that can't be the case, there has to be something wrong. Oh, it could potentially. No, even then, that still doesn't work. There's no correlation that sticks between all of them. Not X, blank floor. First floor, second floor. That's so stupid. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. The fourth floor. I hate that. Look. Well done. You got it. From floor 1 to floor 4, there's only one floor that ends in TH. The fourth floor. Yeah. The fourth floor fits, but the other ones are the first, second, and third floors. Nicely done. Even I didn't figure that out until I had the answer given to me. Apparently, Uncle Kraus once had this puzzle shown to him, and he wasn't able to answer it right. He looked a bit downcast to see a kid like me solve it. For some reason, he looked even more mortified to see that Eva had solved it. How strange. Come on now. Let's see that medal. This medal is a mark of Ange-chan's intelligence. I mustn't let you have it, Eva. So a loser. Thank you, Uncle Kraus. Am I incredible? Very much so. You're a more flexible thinker than your uncle. I am proud to have you as a niece. You got one medal. I hate that. I hate that so much. honestly,
私たちの問題はおしまいです。
I didn't really even think of that because there's like so many gags in English where we make fun of that. The firth, the thirdn't, the secondst, or whatever. I didn't even give it a second thought. I've seen so many stupid jokes about that. That's all for our puzzles. I do hope you enjoyed them. I did. Thank you, Aunt Natsuki and Uncle Kraus. I hope you can enjoy all the tricky questions without worrying about your medal count too much.
今夜が
I'm not too
あ
worried
なた
about
だ
it, but
けの素敵な夜になることを願っていますよ。
Genji's was a tricky one, and I flat out fell for Kumasawa's one. I'll hope that this becomes a wonderful night just for you.
楽しんで
We
るわ
really
よ
are
ね。
enjoying ourselves.
私たち。
Yeah,
私たち
we're having a lot of fun. Kraus and Natsuhi smiled at them as they dashed away.
おお、
Oh,
夏日か。
it's you, Natsuhi.
どうだった
How
お
did
前
your
たちの
puzzles go?
問題は。私たちなり
We
に
did the best
エリ
we
ス塗り
could,
を出題楽しんでもらえ
but
た
I'm
かど
not
う
sure how
か。
much they enjoyed them. Kraus's was fun, but I hate that. Yeah. On the other side of the room, Angie and Eva were counting the medals they had gathered so far. Angie and Eva. It was such an unexpected pairing, but they looked like they were having a great time.
血のつながらぬ未来の
Future
親
parent and child, unrelated by blood.
こうして見ている分には
Watching them like this, they look just like a normal parent and child.
え
Yes, they do.
え、絆は
Bonds between people are nurtured by the heart.
血のつながりなど
Ties of blood do not
それに
bond
劣
as
るもの
strongly.
です。
After saying this, Natsuhi bit back her own words and stared at the floor.
どうした
What's wrong?
私に
I was just
よくも
surprised
そ
that I
の
would dare to say such words.
気にするな。
You don't need to worry about
わ
me.
らわのことは私が
Because I
あな
rejected
た
you,
を拒絶してし
you
まっ
met
た
a
から
painful fate in so many worlds.
それはすべて
All of that is my
私の責任
responsibility.
です。そなたの気持ち
I
もわかる
understand。how you felt,
身ごもれず
unable to become pregnant.
何
You
年
were
も
forced
肩
to
身
feel
の狭
shame
い
for
思い
many
をし
years.
てきたのだ。そこに突
In
然
that situation,
素性の
any
知れぬ
woman
赤
would be
ん坊を
shocked if
渡
they
さ
were
れ
handed a baby
養子にしろ
whose
と言われた
parentage
ら
they didn't even know,
ショックを受け
and
る
then
女
told
な
to
どおら
adopt
ぬ。
them.
だからといって
That was no reason.
あなたを崖よ
For
り
me to
突き落
push
と
you
しても
off a
良い
cliff.
という理由にはなりません。そうである
True.
な。それは
And you will have to
そな
carry
た
that
が生
cross
涯
for
背
the
負う
rest
べ
of
き
your
十
life.
字架であろう。
Yeah,
その覚悟
I
で
am
す。
prepared to do so.
ならばそなたを
In that
苛
case,
む役は
the suffering you must endure will come from the cross you bear,
わらわではない。
not from me.
私を
You don't despise me?
恨まないというのですか。そう、しょ
Don't
げ
make
た顔
that
をするな
dejected
って。
face. No, perhaps it's the other way
お
around.
前がそのしょげた顔を
As long
見
as
せ
you
る限
continue
り
making that dejected face,
わらわはそな
I
たを
will feel
咎
no
めようとは
desire to
思わない
punish you.
そなたが
As
そ
long
の
as
十
you
字架を
continue to
背負い
carry
続
that
ける
cross,
限りわらわはそな
I
た
will
を
feel no desire to hate
恨
you.
もうとは思わぬ。この私を
Do you mean that you don't hate me?
恨まないというのに本当
To
は
tell
恨ん
the
で
truth,
た
I
ぜ
did hate you.
超
I
恨
hated
ん
your
でた。
guts.
お前の
I
抱き
hated
枕
you
潰
so
し
much
て
I wanted to hang
サ
up
ン
a
ド
pillow
バッ
with
グ
your
にする
picture
く
on it
ら
and
い
use it
恨
as
ん
a
だ
punching
さ。
bag.
でも
But
お前を見ているうちに
as I watched you,
その気もな
that
くな
feeling
った。
faded away.
お前は悔やみ
You regretted and
後
lamented,
悔している。そしてその気
and
持
I'm
ちを
sure
きっ
you'll
と
never forget that feeling for as
お
long
前
as
は
you
生涯
live.
忘れない。
How could I
忘れるもの
forget?
ですか。私は
After all, I'm a murderer.
人殺しの重い十字架背負っち
Your
まったな。
cross is a heavy one, doubtless.
今じゃあんた
I
に
can feel
同情し
compassion
て
for you now.
本当だぜ。
I'm serious.
だって
After
全
all,
部金蔵が悪
Kinzo
いん
was
じ
the
ゃな
one
い
at
か。
fault, right?
あいつが隠し
It's
子
his
なん
fault
か
for
作る
having
か
an
ら悪いん
illegitimate
だ
child
し
in the first place.
何しろお前への
And the
預
way
け
he
方
forced
が
that child
特
on
に
you
悪
was
い。
even worse.
子供が生まれない
You
か
should
ら
at least
養
have
子
been
に
able
し
to
ろ
avoid
なん
hurting
て
you
じゃ
by
なく
saying,
かわいそうな子
please
だ
take
か
care
ら
of
育
this
てて
poor
くれる
child,
かとか
instead of,
そな
you
たを
can't
傷
give
つける
birth,
言
so
い方
adopt
はあ
this
ったは
kid.
ずだ。 これだから
Man,
男は
not Kinzo.
金蔵はもはや恨
I
み
no
はない
longer hate you.
それでも
Doesn't that make the cross you
そ
bear
なた
feel
の
any
十字架
lighter?
は軽くはなら
No.
あなたにど
I
うすれ
still
ば
don't know
つ
how
な
I
が
can make up for what I did to you.
いまだにわからないのですから じゃあこう
Then
しよう
let's do it this way.
両腕を
Hold
広
out
げ
your arms. Huh?
Co-
Like this?
こうですか
As Natsuhi spread her arms uncertainly, Beato leapt forward and hugged her tight. This is a little,
二度と言わ
I'll
ねえから
never say
一度
this
くらい言
again,
わせろよ
so let me say it once.
わらわはよ
After all, I
自
never
分の
had a
母
chance
親
to
に会っ
meet
たこ
my
とさ
mother.
えねえんだからよ
Still hugging Natsuhi, Beato spoke in a whisper. She spoke those words that she would certainly never say again.
わらわのことで悔やんで
Thank
く
you
れて
for
あり
worrying
がと
so
よ
much for my sake,
でもよ
but I really don't hate you
わらわ
anymore.
はもうそれだけは信
Please
じてくれよ
believe that,
母さん
Mother. Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェ
Umineko no Nakakoro Nichiru, Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. And that's probably a perfect spot to stop for the day. I'm having a bit of fun. There's some puzzles to work with.
今度は
Some good
誰
ones,
に問題を
some
出しても
stupid
らおうか
ones,
しらね
some odd ones, and some mysterious ones. So, let's... I'll keep overwriting this one, I guess. We'll figure it out. But anyway, the next time we'll be picking this up is on Wednesday. Because next week I'm going to shift over to evenings on Thursdays and Fridays. And I don't want to just start doing the story without you guys. So, I'll keep doing this on Wednesday. Never mind. Shit, man, I'm getting rated. Shit. Guess I'm up for a bit longer. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Oh god, that's gonna be going forever now, ain't it? Welcome to the raid, welcome to the raid. Time for some more puzzles, I guess. You came at just the time for me to keep going, I guess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can't keep naming you all guys, but welcome to the stream. We're in Umineko. Two things. One, this is a blind playthrough, and so I'm still experiencing it all. Two, I'm at the end game, so anyone who hasn't done it and is afraid of spoilers, beware. And three, we're working with puzzles and riddles, so no spoilers, but maybe hints. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, for those who don't know, we're currently playing as this little girl in green. We're being followed by our aunt here, Eva. I can say more, but it gets really confusing. Who should we get a puzzle from next? We're at a Halloween party where we're solving riddles. It makes sense, trust me. Alright, heyo, heyo. Who should we get a puzzle from next?
あの二人
What
はどう
about those two?
シャノンちゃん
The
とカ
Shannon
ノン
Chan
君
and Kennen Kun.
いいわね
Sure, it looks like we'll
相
put
手
up a
に
good
とっ
fight.
て不足はなさそう
お呼びですか
Shannon and Kennen,
エ
why?
ンジ様
Logic error. You may or may not figure it out, or if you know, you know. Do you need something, Eva-sama and Angie-sama?
姉さんはバ
Don't
カ
be
だな
stupid, Nei-san.
問題を出
They're
せって
asking
言っ
us
て
for
るんだよ
puzzles.
あ
What?
失礼し
I
ま
have
し
my
た
apologies. Shannon was absent-minded as ever. However, Cannon looked extremely calm and would probably have a well-polished puzzle ready.
えっと
じゃあ
Okay,
僕から先に出
I'll
す
go
よ
first.
姉さんはその間に
Use
考え
that
て
time to think up a puzzle, Nei-san. Okay, sorry.
ごめんね
じゃあ
So, if I'm buying time for Nei-san to think up a puzzle, I'll have to make one tricky enough to keep you stumped for a while. Oh boy.
言う
You've
じゃ
got
ない
guts, kid.
おいでなさい
Let's have it, shall we?
カノン君の
Show us the
思い
hardest
切
one
り
you've
難
got.
しい問題。
挑
Don't
発しない
provoke
で
him.
簡
I
単なの
want
が
an
いい
easy one.
エヴァ様のご許可が
I'll
いただけ
take
たの
what I
で
get.
理不尽に難しい
Now
問
that I
題
have
を
Eva-sama's permission,
失礼さ
allow
せて
me
いた
to
だきます。
present an insanely difficult puzzle.
ここは任せて。
Leave it to
お
me.
ばさんが解いて
I'll
あげ
solve
るわ。
it. Alright. So here we go. Here's the puzzle. Shit, it's a math one. A scholarly king once decided to give out prizes to the learned people of his land. The one who won the copper prize got 29 gold coins. The one who won the silver prize got 47 gold coins. The one who won the gold prize got 79 gold coins. So, how many gold coins were given to the one who won the platinum prize? What? 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 Okay, so let's start with this one. Always have a notepad ready. Something to write down with puzzles. You never know where you're gonna go. Okay. So let's start with adding the individual numbers up. 2 and 9 equals 11. 4 and 7 equals 11. 7 and 9 equals 16. We've got 30, 78, 112, 57, and 91. Okay. And we're allowed to use hints, but I like to try and work through it a bit on my own before I get there. 30, so 7 and 9, I can't quite. 112. I doubt it's that. Alright, let's try, this one is easy. Alright, let's try just adding the numbers up, see what we get. 29, 47, 9, 7, 16, 2, 4, 6, 7, 76, plus 79? 6 plus 9 is 15, 7, 7, 14, 15, 155. Which doesn't help. I'll try another one. 47 plus 79. 9, 7, 16, 5, 7, 13, 136. Doesn't help. Alright, so let's hit the hint. There we go.
もらえる賞
The
金の
number
枚
of
数
coins
が
are really
半端で
different and
な
kind
ん
of
か変
weird.
ちょっとカノン君。
Wait a
いい
second,
加
Ken.
減にしな
What
さ
are
い
you
よ。
thinking?
こんなのわかる
There's
わ
no way
け
she'll
ない
be
で
able
し
to get this
ょ。
one right. 29,
姉
47.
さんが問題を思いつくまでの時間稼ぎで
This
す
is just to buy time until Nathan can think of a question. So forgive me.
ありがと
Thank
う。
you.
私問題思
I
いつい
thought
たよ。
of a question.
了解
Understood.
では
Now
エヴァ
then,
様
Eva-sama
エンジ様
and
ヒ
Angie-sama,
ントを差し上げます
I'll give you a hint.
銅は29
Copper is 29,
銀は47
silver is
金は
47, and
79
gold is 79.
これがヒントです
That's the hint. What? That's the hint.
問題と
That's
何
just
も
what you
変
said in
わ
the
らない。
question.
ヒントになって
That's
な
not
い。
a hint.
銅は
Copper is 29,
29。銀は
silver is
47。
47. Oh, so
そういう
that's
こ
it.
と。
It's not the periodic table, I don't think. Well, it might be.
わかったの？
You got it?
ヘンゼもわか
I
る。
get it
プ
too.
ラチナは
Platinum is better
金
than
より
gold.
高級
The
だか
price
ら
must be more than 79 gold
金賞の
coins.
賞金。
違うわ。
That's wrong.
その法
With
則に
these
よる
rules, the
と
platinum prize
プ
is
ラチ
probably
ナ
worth
賞
less
の
than the
賞
gold
金
prize.
はそうでしょう。
Isn't that right?
お察しの通り
It
で
is
す
as you say.
すでに
It seems you've
答え
already
は
found
分か
the
られて
answer.
いるようで
これはエンジ
This
ちゃん
puzzle
に
is
は無理な
impossible
問
for
題
Angie
だ
Chan.
わ。
You'd need to have gone to middle school at the very least, so it is the periodic table.
私が答える。エンジちゃん、いい？
Is that alright, Angie Chan?
うん。
Sure.
エヴァおばさんに
I'll
任
leave
せ
it to
る。
you. Okay, so if it's the periodic table, I don't. I'll pull that up real quick, actually. Periodic table plat. platinum actually an element? There's an alloy. 78? 78 coins. Alright. So it'd have to be that one. It's not math one at all. Just double checking. Gold. Platinum periodic table of gold is 79. Alright, so yeah, that would be it. And where are we? So it is 78C. I had a feeling it was related, but I didn't want to push that one. I want to try the math aspect first. So C, 78. Alright, but the next one, Shannon's, is the difficult one, huh? Correct.
すごい
Awesome,
エヴァおばさん
Aunt Eva.
どうして
Why?
どうして
Why is
78
78
枚なの
coins?
金賞より
If
上な
platinum
の
is better
に
than gold,
ど
you
う
might
して
as well
賞
get
金は
more
金
coins.
賞より少ないの
この賞金
The
の
number
枚
of
数は
coins
ね
you get is
そ
always
れ
the
ぞれ
same
の
as
賞
the
の
atomic
原
number
子
of the
番号な
prize.
のよ。銅は
Copper's
29番、
29,
銀
silver's
は
47,
47番、
and gold is
金はち
79.
なみにプラチナは
And, by the way,
78
platinum is
番ね。
78.
だから
So, the
Platinum
platinum
show
prize
の賞
gets you
金は
78 gold
金
coins.
が70。
Aunt Eva, you're incredible! Dad once told me that Aunt Eva was an enthusiastic studier, and really smart even back when she was in school. Even George Onichan, her son, is smart, so Aunt Eva must really be incredible.
それにしてもひどい問
Still,
題
that
ね
was a pretty nasty riddle to choose.
せめてエンジちゃんに
You
分か
should
る
have
問
at
題に
least
しな
given
さ
one
い
that Angie
よ
could understand.
エヴァ様より
You did give me permission
思
to
い切
show
り
her the
難し
hardest
い
one
問
I've
題を
got.
出すようにとのご許可を。
そうだね
That's right.
エヴァおばさん
You
自
said
分
it
でそう
yourself.
言っただからエンジ
That's
に
why
分
we
か
got
ん
a
ない
puzzle
問
that was
題
too
になっ
hard
た
for me.
私のせいかしら
My fault?
ごめんね
Sorry,
エンジちゃ
Angie-chan.
んでもほら
But
メダル
look,
をもら
we
えた
got
か
a
ら
medal.
許
So
して
please forgive me. We got another medal. Just how many have we gotten so far? Oh, we still have a lot left to go. Let's see. We got Kinzo, Hideyoshi Eva, Kumasawa, Goda, Nanjo Genji, and Cannon. So we're at 8. We should be more than that. Something like that. But we still have a lot left to get. Next up is Shannon. We got a medal.
私の問題は
Mine isn't
そんな
that
に
hard,
難しくあ
so
り
you
ませ
can
んの
relax.
でご安心ください
姉さんのレベルで考
After
え
all,
て
you
るから
managed to
ね。
think it up.
も
You're
も
making
う
fun of
バカ
me.
にしてじゃあカノン
Do you want to have a
挑
go
戦
at
し
it
てみ
too,
る
Ken and Kun?
望むところさ。
Bring it on.
今度はエン
It
ジちゃん
sounds
にも
like
分
you'll
か
be
る
able to
問題
understand
だ
it
そう
this
よ
time, Angie-chan.
おばさんはヒント
I'll
役に
stick
回
to
るわ
giving hints again.
頑張
Okay,
る
I'll do my
解
best.
く
I'll solve it.
メダル集める
Another medal for me.
それでは参りま
Let's
す
go
ね
then.
よくお聞きく
Listen
ださい
carefully. White W equals white chocolate. P equals pepper jack cheese. A equals anchovy pizza. O equals lemonade. Equals black coffee. What letter does the stand for? Okay. Okay. Pepper jack cheese. The oddball one is lemonade. What? It's not a lot to go off of. So we've got W, A, B, I, and O. White chocolate, pepper jack cheese, anchovy pizza, lemonade, black coffee. What? We at the very end, alright. So we got 10 medals. So we got 10. I'm missing somebody. chocolate, pepper jack cheese, anchovy pizza, lemonade, black coffee. What letter does the question mark stand for? WBOAI. What? What? I think pepper jack might be a hint because it's got 3 P's in there. Anchovy pizza. What? White chocolate. The only that wouldn't work. No, would it? Neither would that. Black coffee, black coffee. White chocolate, pepper jack cheese, anchovy pizza. This one is lemonade. Why is lemonade an O? They all have that letter in them somewhere. So it's related to that. But WBOARI. Well, the default answer would be B for black coffee. Lemonade is a drink. Black coffee is a drink. White chocolate, pepper jack, and anchovy pizza are all food. Would it be A?
よくわかんな
I
い
don't get it.
ローマ字
What do the letters mean?
それぞれの名
Would
前
be
を
the
ロー
first
マ字
letter
に
of
通
each
して
word?
それの
because of
頭
lemon.
私も最初は
That's
そう
what I
思
thought
っ
at
た
first.
甘納
White
豆は
chocolate starts with
え
W, pepper jack starts with P, and
塩
anchovy
せん
starts
べ
with
い
A.
ローマ字なら
But then,
でもそれ
how
だ
do you
と
explain lemonade
ブラッ
being
クコー
O?
ヒーが N ってのが
わかりますでし
Do
ょ
you
うか
get it?
エンジェ ロ
It's
ーマ
about
字は
letters.
なんと
Spelling
な
out big
くわ
words
か
like
る
that
け
is
ど
hard.
ローマ字がわか
You
れば
don't need
十
to know
分
how
で
to
すよ
spell any hard words.
英語はわ
If
から
you
な
and
くて
Eva
大
Sama
丈夫
work
です
together,
エヴァ様と
I
協
know you'll
力す
be
れ
able
ば
to solve it.
きっと解けますよ 他にもヒン
Don't
ト
you
ない
have
の
any more
あ
hints?
りますよ
I do.
他の食べ物
I'll
のアル
teach you
フ
the
ァベ
letters
ッ
for
トを
some
お教
other
えします
foods.
まず
First,
A
watermelon is W
アーモンドチョコ S は
for
シ
P.
ャーベットの
How
レモ
about
ン味
picante potatoes?
K は
Albacore tuna
Kimchi.
is an A.
N は
Orange lime sherbet would
Nigai
probably
yocha.
be an O. That still has lemonade as an absolute oddball. No? Maybe.
やっぱりローマ字の頭文字に思えるわ
It does sound like the first letter is the key.
でもそれじゃ
But then
あ
how do you
ブラ
explain
ックコー
lemonade
ヒー
being
の
O?
N がわかんないのよ
エンジェは
I
A
love
の
W
食べ物
foods.
がシュークリームやケ
Cookies and
ーキ
cake are
は
W,
A に入る
That's
入り
right.
ますよ
ということはやは
So,
り名前のローマ字の
It isn't the
頭文字
first
じゃ
letter
ないん
after
だ
all.
どういうこと？
What's going on?
A のグループは何？
Is the W group about desserts?
甘納豆とアー
Watermelon
モン
isn't
ド
a
チョコよ
dessert.
ね。デザート？
P is picante potatoes and pepper jack cheese.
お菓子？
A is anchovy pizza and albacore tuna.
S は
O is
塩
lemonade
せん
and
べい
orange
と
lime
レ
sherbet.
モンシャーベット？ K はカレーと
What are
キム
those?
チで N はコーヒー。これ
Just
何
bring
の
these
グルー
groups.
プ？
White chocolate and watermelon. Give me a sec. P is picante potatoes. And pepper jack cheese. A is anchovy pizza. And albacore tuna. Looks like Ange has already kind of figured it out. Orange is lemonade. And orange lime sherbet.
わかるよう
I
な
sort of get it,
わ
but
か
I
んない
sort of
よ
don't.
なんだかもど
It's a
かし
little
い
annoying.
では
One
最後の
last
ヒン
hint.
トを皆様は
I'm sure your
レ
parents
モ
don't
ネ
let
ー
you
ドを
drink
お飲みに
coffee,
なったことは
but
ご
do
ざ
you
い
know how
ま
it's
すか？
supposed to taste? I had a little once.
最初
I thought it was
甘い
going to
ジ
be
ュースだ
sweet,
と思
so
っ
I
た
was
か
really
ら
surprised.
二度と飲まな
I'll
い。
never drink it again.
あ、
Oh, I've got it.
エンジェちゃんあり
Auntie-chan,
がとう。
thank you.
あなたのおかげで
Thanks to you, I've
多
finally
分
figured
分
it
か
out.
ったわ。
Bitter. Coffee tends to be bitter. I don't drink coffee. Sweet, spicy, salty, sour, bitter? So it would be I? White chocolate cakes and cookies would be sweet. Pepper jack, spicy. Anchovy is salty. Lemonade is sour. Maybe. Alright, I'll go with that one. Alright, save first. Let's go with bitter. I'm gonna go with bitter I, because they're all the second letter.
ほらエンジェちゃん
See, Anji-chan?
ここにある食べ
Think
物
about
の
the taste
味
of
を
all
考
these
えて
foods.
甘納豆の
How
味は
does white chocolate taste?
甘い。
Sweet.
塩せ
And
ん
what
べい
about
の
pepper
味は
jack cheese?
しょっぱい。
Spicy.
カレーライス
And how
は
about anchovy pizza?
そしてブラックコーヒーは
なるほど
I see.
そういう
That's
こ
what
と
it
か
is.
カレーは辛い。
Anchovies are
コー
salty.
ヒーは苦いよ。
Lemonade is
ど
sour.
ういうこと？
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright. Hitting bandwidth issues. We are past the time slot, so bear with me. Anchovies are salty. Lemonade is sour.
アルフ
What
ァ
is
ベ
it?
ットは味
Do
な
the
の？
letters match the tastes?
そういう
That's
こと
right.
甘いをローマ字
The
に直
second letter of
すと
sweet is
頭
W.
文字は S はしょっぱい
The
で
second letter of
辛
spicy
いは
is P.
K で
Salty is A.
苦いは N
And salt and sour is O.
ではレモネードの味は
What does black coffee taste like?
酸っぱい。
Bitter.
そういうこと
Exactly.
酸っぱいをローマ字に直した頭レモネードの
Wait,
答え
when
は
did you drink
S
coffee?
ね
はい。
Nice
お
job.
めでとうございます。
You got it right,
Eva-sama.
Eva-sama,
Angie-sama.
Angie-sama.
エヴァおばさん
And Eva, you're so awesome.
二人で頑張ったから解
We
け
had
た
to
の
work
よ。
together to solve that one.
二人の成果
It's
よ
a。team effort.
こちらが
And
私
here's
の
my
メダル
medal.
でござお受け取りください。
Please take it.
やった
All
ま
right,
たメダ
we
ルが
got
1
another
枚
medal. All right,
ありがと
thanks.
うカノン君はわからなかった
You didn't get it, did you, Kennen-kun?
難しかったでしょ
I'll bet it was hard.
姉さんにしては
Not bad, coming from you, Nei-san.
姉さんをバカにしてごめんなさいって言ってごらん
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna call it instead of trying to drag this on and work it out. Yeah. Alright. In case you can still hear me, see me, whatnot. I'm gonna be calling it, since the stream is dying on me. This is why I have the time limit. This is exactly why I have the time limit on my stuff, to prevent this from happening. So anyway, see you later.